Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. Here's another great example of how using the higher time frame charts to gauge the large degree trend can help us uncover some great trade setups with MTPredictor. An absolutely brilliant trade has just unfolded on the 3-minute chart of the DAX this morning, which is the 11th of November. So I'd just like to go through and show you this and show you how MTPredictor can help you catch trades like this. Remember, for the more experienced users, we no longer use our STF trend indicator because this is lagging. We go to the higher time frame chart and use our DPs on our higher time frame chart. And I want to show you how this would have worked to uncover a great trade, which actually is this DP sell up at the high here this morning. So let's go out to the 15-minute chart. So what do? Well, we go out and we place our DPs on the chart using prior pivots. So I just want to go back a little way in time to about here. Whoops, missed that. To about here. And as you can see, the market's starting to rally up. So you'd have just simply gone back to the last pivot high, which was here. You can see the connected pivots are on the chart for you. Right mouse click, place decision point on the chart for you. Now, can you see how this is on the chart in advance? This is the important thing. These are leading indicators. They are on the chart. They're ready for you. If I step forward, can you see how the DAX rallied and then came up into this particular level here on the 15-minute chart? It actually gave us an automatic DP sell on the 15-minute chart as well. If I now turn trading mode off, you can see how this nailed the high absolutely perfectly. So how could you have traded this? Well, let's go down to the 3-minute chart. And now you can see how it would have worked perfectly. In fact, actually I'll do training mode again just to show you how this would have worked. So here's our 15-minute resistance area. We now look at the market. The market's starting to come up into this area, and then suddenly we get a DP sell. We now then look at this and say, well, this was actually in our, or just about at our DP resistance. Remember, we're ignoring our STF color, therefore we could look to take this trade setup. We place the analysis on. However, this wasn't filled. The market did not go down through our initial sell area. The market started to rally up a bit. It then made a new high and gave us a new DP sell. So we cancel our orders, we clear the analysis off, we place the analysis on again. Now this was actually a better trade setup because this was at our 15-minute DP resistance area. Can you see that? It actually caught that area. Remember, we use correct position sizing to keep our initial risk small and under control. In this case, less than a 2% risk on a sample $20,000 account. If you're trading a euro account, because this is a DAX, the position sizing can be taken account of in euros as well. But I'll just leave that in dollars because that's what I normally use. So this would have set your trade up. We then go forward. And as you can see, we'd now be in a short trade. Let's turn training mode off and you can see what happened. The market came down into our first target here where a nice 2.2 profit would have been available, which was very nice indeed. However, if we go back out to the 15-minute chart, you would have had a support zone projected from your 15-minute low here as well. Remember, this would have been on the chart in advance, so as the market was starting to come down, you would have had this support level on your chart. So what difference would that make for the trade management? Well, as a more experienced user, you could have looked at this and said, rather than coming out at the first target, I actually want to come out at the lower target, which is down here. And as you can see, that would have increased the profit to approximately 10R, or 10 times the initial risk. Remember, we use correct position sizing to keep the initial risk small and under control. As the STF is strong at this particular level, you may well then have chosen to trail using our ATR stop, which is our red and blue dots, red in this case because the market's going down, so that would be locking in potentially 7R profit at this particular point in time. So the choice was yours, either to take 10R profit or to lock in just over or just about 7.5. Either way, a very good trade. But the important point to note is how this would have actually caught the high there absolutely beautifully. And some people say it's impossible to catch highs and lows. Well, it just means they haven't got the correct tools. Here you can see how this higher time frame resistance was on the chart in advance, and that allowed you to then take the sell setup on the shorter time frame, which was the 3-minute chart in this particular example, at your 15-minute resistance. That then nailed the high perfectly, that then got you in this lovely trade. Let's do the Elliott wave analysis and just see what the Elliott wave pattern is here at the moment. Oh, it's actually a nice 1-2 wave 3. So you'd actually anticipate that we're going to get some kind of wave 4 correction here anyway. So again, you can either decide to start to trail at around about 7.5 hour profit, or you could have decided to come out there at your target for 10-hour profit. Either would have been a very, very, very good trade. But yet again, I'm hoping this video shows you yet again how MTPredictor can be used on multi-time frame analysis, where we use our DPs on our higher time frame charts to gauge larger degree support and resistance. We then take our shorter time frame trades in the direction of that large degree trend, or in this particular example at the larger degree resistance area. This allows you to catch some great trades, and in this particular example it looks like we're actually caught a sell setup there off the very bar of the high of the day so far on the DAX. So a very nice example of using multi-time frame analysis using MTPredictor on the DAX that's literally just unfolding now, which is on the 11th of November.